Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics, where we're back on the 76 Camaro. Waiting on a heater core on that van. I got one that didn't quite fit, so I ordered another one. Anyway, we'll get a little bit more work done on this. Last episode, welded in the new trunk pan that was supplied with the car, so it didn't cost me anything. It's all welded in and painted. Looks like there was a cat in here. I seen the orange cat around down over here the other day. Little buddy started chasing it. But anyway, all we got left to do is put a little bit of seam sealer around the edges, and that's about it. Put that in, clean the gas tank out, put it back in there, put on new gas lines, rubber gas lines, blew out all the steel gas lines and vent lines, make sure that was all cleaned up, and got it running on its own. So it stays running now, and don't have to sit there and keep pouring gas in the carburetor. So that's what we got done last video. This video, I think we're going to turn it into, the trunk does not sure what's going on here, but it doesn't, trunk just needs to be adjusted, I believe. We'll mess with that here in a little bit. But we're going to turn it into basically a Z28, or as you people in the Great White North call it, a Z28. Never understood the Z, calling it ZZ. But yeah, we got on the yellow parts car Camaro, we got the rear spoiler, and I got the Z28 SS or RS hood over there. We're going to check that out, make sure it's straight. Probably going to paint black underneath of it, mount the scoop, and mount that on there. I'd rather have some help doing that, but I showed this before, but there's the whatever it is, induction hood or something, scoop. I'm pretty sure it's straight. Like I said, I did a bunch of work on a Camaro like this for a guy years ago, and he just gave me that hood. He bought a brand new cowl hood, and well, he said he was going to come back and get that hood, but he never did. He just left it with me, so it's mine now. It's been probably 8 years ago. So we're going to put that on there. Okay, well, let's put the battery back in it, see what it does on a cold start. When I say cold start, I don't mean it's cold outside. It's actually about 70 degrees and sunny. It's pretty nice. This is about normal for this time of year, but it's been getting a lot of days in the 50s there. It's okay. Let's start right up. We're going to drive it over by the yellow one. I'll show you what we're going to do to it. Oh. Got a little hesitation to it when you first hit the gas. Somebody commented this might be a pickup column, but I don't know. I don't think a pickup column would fit in this. I think it'd be too long and all that, so I think it's just a pickup steering wheel, but I'm not sure. Okay, we're gonna bring it over here and do it this way because it's gonna have all tools in it to mount that rear spoiler. Back in the day, they used to have big old holes in them that I remember. I guess for lots of adjustment, or unless it was people that just put them on themselves and kept missing where they wanted the hole and kept making bigger holes. So I'm gonna get a tape measure, and once we take it off, we're gonna measure where the holes are for this and just mark them with a marker or piece of tape or something. And then we drill the holes exactly where they're supposed to be instead of guessing. And same with this rear spoiler. Let's just look. Okay, and she's cracked up. We wanted to see how it looks like the deck lid's over this way a little bit. Oh, let's get something to prop this hood up. Yeah, it looks like it's been hitting here. So yeah, we'll fix that before we mount it. You'll need something to prop that up with. Yeah, this car is not going to be a builder. It's too rough. I had to rob the gas tank bolts and stuff off, but look at the bottom of this. See all this rust and crap? Somebody might have put a hook to it when they're towing it and wrecked all that, but it's just all screwed up under there. And yeah, she's just a parts car. It ain't worth doing a restoration on. Okay, so this looks all kind of rigged up, and I don't know, maybe this one didn't have a spoiler and they tried to put one on and just rigged it up. Well, maybe not. Let's see, one not in there. There's one in there, one there, one there, and probably one there that's not. Oh yeah, there is a nut on there, I think. Okay, but let me go get, I'll have to get some tools and stuff. So yeah, we'll take that off, and pretty much put that one on there. You see it's almost flush on the sides, and almost flush at the bottom here. Put that on there. It's kind of hard to line these three up. That's why I'm gonna do it right here. Okay. Wanted to show you this hood. This hood's a flimsy fiberglass hood. Bolted on at the front and the back. Although the front, there was no bolts to it. Now I left my screw gun there. I had to take it off. I was checking the wiper motor for that Nova. It had two big old holes drilled and had it bolted at the back. So and then here's the back of it. She's just all sliced and diced and cracked down there. It's junk. Had a few comments, oh, use that hood. No, it's junk. It's just completely junk. It would not work without the hinges. In fact, there's nowhere to bolt the hinges to. You know, it's supposed to be there and there, but they're all screwed up. So you'd have to put four pins on and mount it, and yeah, I'm not doing it to the other Camaro. It's junk. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that in case anybody says, oh, put that hood on there. Yeah, I kind of like the scoop and everything, but it's, like I said, it's junk. Okay, I'll probably show you some more stuff. Oh, we're gonna just, I don't think these seats are bolted in there, and I don't think they're Camaro seats. Oh yeah, that's a problem. This is power. Anyway, I was gonna take the one bucket out and stick it in here because I got no seats in this one. I just stick the one bucket seat in here with a bolt just so I can drive it around here. And we'll most likely be taking all this plastic interior stuff out of here. Maybe. I still got to find a parts car. Not sure on the this is that cardboard type backing for the sun visor. Oh, it does have a covering on it, vinyl, but it's all drooped down. Whether I can take that out, get it wet, and go back into shape, turn it upside down, get it into shape, and maybe put some fiberglass matting on the back of it to keep it from falling again. I don't know. Might be able to. Might try that. Not on this video, but might try that because there's nothing. I said the guy sold everything out of this interior. I was hoping he had it all, but no. I guess he thought he was going to make more money parting it out than fixing it. Okay, well, let me go get some tools and we'll start taking this off and marking up the holes here. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, just had a torrential downpour. It's lasted a couple of minutes. Enough to get puddles everywhere. Then it just stopped. Okay. I don't know if this was on here factory or not. There's the two holes there for that one. That one. And then this one, yeah, it didn't have factory holes. One, two, three, four, five. There's supposed to be one there, but this one looks like it was cut off or something on the end. This one, the little things came out of there. We're gonna have to fiberglass them in there. You just put up this. These here, usually just put a little fiberglass in there. That one's busted though. Or it actually goes in these two here. Some of these edges are all messed up. We're gonna have to fill them with some fiberglass filler, fix them before we mount them on there. Same with, I think, this one here. Yeah, that edge there. That crack and that, yeah, we're gonna have to fix all that before we mount them on there. And I don't know about painting it underneath. Maybe not. If it was rusty, I would. I think it'll be okay. So I got a tape measure and a marker. I just had them somewhere. Oh, right here. And we're gonna see if we can measure this out and get these holes close. But yeah, we may end up with a big old hole, but we'll just use bigger washers. Okay, I think that's about it for that spoiler. So yeah, let me mark out where I want to drill the holes, and we'll load this stuff up, drive her over to the shop, and start drilling. It's not that hole there. It comes in through this side here, and then one there, one there, one there. Yeah, maybe that was it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That ought to hold it. And then what we're gonna do is grind and fill these holes here. Like I mentioned in the other video, it's for a luggage rack. Little nut certs in there, although this one looks like it's ground down or something. And that one's popped out of there. But yeah, we'll have to weld all that up. Yeah, this paint's all cracked. But we'll probably just put the spoiler right over top of all this stuff. I'm not going to worry about it. Well, that paint is actually. I should DA it down, put a little primer on it. There was no weather stripping in here, and it looks like he spray bombed it black. What we're probably going to do is I ordered some weather stripping, and I just got it in. It just came in like 5 minutes ago. We'll want to put that on there, but want to kind of paint it first. So I don't know if I want to paint all this with real car paint and then go ahead and paint all this black here underneath the deck lid, and then put that weather stripping on. Then we'll adjust the latch there, make sure it opens and closes. The key does work in here, so if we can get it open and closed, that'll be watertight in there. Okay, well, I'll be back. Okay guys, I drove it over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then that one there, that one there, that one there, and that one there. And they should fit. So it's, I don't know if it'll cover this hole, this hole and this hole up or not, but it'll cover these two. So we're either going to have 2 holes to fill or 4. And we drill the holes and put them on there first, and we'll adjust this latch here a little bit. I think this needs to come in a little bit. And then I stuck that seat. I was trying to see underneath of it. It's a power seat. Trying to see what the make model it came out of, but I don't know. I don't know what it came out of, but it's definitely not for this car. And it's got the seat belt deal here. See? Yeah. Anyway, it's all crusty from yellow paint and stuff. See, they painted this car with a roller, so it's all crappy. And anyway, I was looking at the floorboards. The floorboard on a yellow car's got rust hole up in that corner there. And this is okay, but it's still all looking like this. So it's not worth trying to cut out. I don't know, it's not that bad. I'm thinking about just fiberglassing this. But see, I want it to make it look good from underneath. Too, you know. Don't want it to look like a butcher job, hack job. But anyway, let's concentrating on this, and we'll drill some holes there and see if we can fit them on there. Okay guys, want to give a shout out to Randy Hepker. He's working on his, gave me a little note here, working on his van, Dodge van. He sent me, he's putting a new stereo in, and he sent me these ones, said they should be good. Some Jensen speakers and stuff, and CD player, just what I like. So and the wiring, gave me the wiring thing to it too, so yeah, that'll come in handy. Like I said, I pretty much running out of stereos to put in cars, so yeah, I can put that in something for sure. Yeah, if y'all want to, it only costs $15.90 to send all that. If y'all want to send me anything for the Camaro, the van, I'd appreciate it. I'm on a strict budget here on these cars, so any little thing will help. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, adjusted this deck lid. down nice and flat there. Okay, drilled the 4 holes here. I'll show you the sides here in a minute, and those 2 on each end. I don't know if I gotta make them a little bit bigger or not. I don't know, we'll find out. I mixed up some little JB Weld epoxy for this stud here, and then put a little fiberglass around the edge. A big chunk was missing out of there. Yeah, this has 2 little studs on each end, but I think we're gonna leave them out and just put a couple of self tappers in there. Drill a couple of things up through the metal. Just mainly want to get these 4 on there, and then we'll worry about the sides. Okay, been messing with these. This is the JB Weld epoxy stuff. I mixed up some and stuck those 2 studs in there. Put a little fiberglass, Dynaglass, Bondo glass stuff around there. So that should hold. I don't know how long this takes to dry. Well, it says 5 minutes, but it's longer than that. Put a little fiberglass, probably can't see too good, right on the inside of that. Kind of taped it. So we're going to grind the edges of this and smooth it all out there. And then that crack right there. And then you can see all that stuff there. But we may just mount it on there, make sure we got the holes set, and then take it back off. All this is all brushed on house paint or something. We got to strip it all down with 80 grit, prime it. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'll be back in a little while. Okay guys, I just kind of got it sitting on there. Yeah, these aren't the easiest to line up, but anyway, it's pretty damn close. Pretty close. Yeah, I'm just gonna take them off, strip them down, prime them, and then go from there. We'll bolt this one on first. It did cover up them holes just barely. I think I'm just gonna fill them with silicone or Dynaglass. I'm not gonna worry about slicking them out. So we just got this hole and this hole here will weld up, and we'll probably do that later. Put a little bit of tape over it for now so it doesn't fill up with water. But yeah, that's pretty close. It lined up to these holes here. 2 there and the 2 there, so it lined right up. But see, we gotta smooth out all these edges here and everything, slick it all up, get it in primer, probably prime underneath, and yeah, but yeah, she'll go on there. Okay, I'll be back probably tomorrow. It's getting late now, so I'll be back tomorrow. Okay guys, next day. Got the hood here. It's all full of mold and dirt. Been sitting for I think at least about 8 years. So it doesn't look too bad. I mean, as far as putting in the bolt holes, oh, there's a few little rust spots there, but not too bad. So we're going to I'm going to get my probably just the water hose and scrub it down front and back. And I had the scoop inside the shop. It's all full of dust. Had all the nuts on the end of it, except for one. There was just one missing. Not sure what this is for, unless that's for a factory flapper or something, but there's no hole in there, so I don't think it's functional or anything. But yeah, we're gonna have to, I just noticed, I'll feel better once I wash it, but it's pretty thick right here, right where it joins with paint, primer, whatever the hell this is. So I'm gonna have to, once it's cleaned, take a DA with 80 grit, clean all that up nice and smooth. Eventually we'll strip the hood down the metal, but not right now. We just want it on there smooth. We're gonna mount this on there and paint everything together. I'm not gonna paint separately and all that. At least I don't think so. There's a crack right there. We're gonna wash this up too, because it's, you know, full of dust and stuff. There's a bunch of cracks and stuff here, little there, and then all this blistering, peeling, something or other. We'll DA that down with 80 grit too once it's washed, and see if we can fit that on there nice and smooth. So anyway, let me get the water hose out and we'll start washing her down. Okay, guys, washed all the grime off there. Yeah, this is pretty bad. It's been maroon, blue, and primer, I guess. It's got a bunch of coats of stuff on there. You can see some blue here, blue there, then maroon. I guess originally maroon. Then this doesn't even look like it's been painted, unless it was just flat black. That's faded out. Anyway, I don't know if these are factory holes or not. I don't think they are. At least some of them don't. Look like they're wallowed out and stuff. But they're going through two pieces of metal, the outside and the inside. See? So, because what I was thinking of doing was drilling holes on that hood and putting it on there. That's the only scoop I got for a Camaro, so that would fit. So I just kind of washed this off and was trying to feel it, even though the paint's really rough. Now this one's blue, but it was originally white, so I'm guessing this is the factory white here. So which hood would be easier to strip off? Probably this one. But now I got to drill through two things of metal. So I'm just feeling if it's a warp, dented, big hail dent, stuff like that. I can't, you know, I just felt something there, but which hood would be easier to use? Easier to prep? This hood does not line up very good. He's got new hood hinges on here, so he's see, it's touching here. It doesn't even latch like the trunk. It doesn't latch. Then this sticks up like that. You got to push it down. That's usually in the hinge, but they're new hinges, so it may not, because it's need to be lubed up or adjusted a little bit more. We can do all that, because we'll end up with the same problem with this hood if we used it. So these are heavy hoods. Plus I ain't got no help to take these hoods on and off. Yeah, I guess we can drill through these two layers. See, it looks white and then the blue. So I'll have to do some measuring Trying to see if there's any dents or warps. Just, you know, sprayed some water on there so I could see better. I mean, it looks okay. This one you can't tell, it's so rough. I just remember one of the hood was all warpy, whether it was this one or that one. I think it was that one. Okay, well, I think that's what I'll do. I'll drill some holes in that hood and we'll put that scoop on that one. Save a little bit more time of prepping, stripping, lifting it on and off. So let me do that. Let me mark it out and drill some holes, and we'll fit this on there. Then we'll take it off and fix all the cracks and everything else. Smooth the edges of this where it mounts, and then we can put them on there and prime that area. And this one will be the same. We'll have to strip all this down to the metal eventually, but just around the edges there we can just smooth it out so it fits and doesn't have a big ridge like this, because obviously they didn't take it off to paint it blue or primer it or nothing. So okay, let me get rolling with that and I'll be back. Okay guys, I've been drilling them holes, but it doesn't sit flush. You can see the stud here where it lays flat. It has that gap right there. See, this goes through 2 pieces of metal. That's just 1, 2, and 1. But all of them are going to have to be wallowed out real thick. And this front one, so you can see this hole was a lot bigger. I had to take a hole saw to that. See, and then get it through the bottom to get that flush. But see, the rest of them, I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. Wallow them all out or have it stick up like that, but I'd rather have it flush. So I don't know what the deal is. Maybe the actual hood that these goes on has an indentation in there or something. But yeah, I drilled the holes in this hood. Then I thought about it and it's like, well, shit. If I use this hood, then that hood I could sell or use for something else, be a plain Jane hood. But now I'm stuck with a hood with a bunch of holes in it and trying to weld them up without warping it. Well, it's already kind of warped. It's all indented and stuff. I should have used this hood. But now we'll just have to drill the holes bigger, and luckily I got a whole bunch of washers, and we'll just get it so it's flush. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got it now. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it had a gasket around there or something, but anyway, I had to use my big Christmas tree bit there and really wallow out them holes. Hopefully I can get it mounted. Okay, well, really need to sand all these edges here and probably prime it at least. Anyway, let me figure it out and I'll be back. Okay guys, went over it with 80 grit and then 180 all around the edges there. Yeah, the paint's in pretty bad shape. But yeah, here's the original white white factory color, and then this purplish blue over top of that. Sanded down the scoop here. It was painted blue. That black was just primer or something. So it's been painted blue a couple of times, and it had all them big old bubbles and everything there, and I sanded all that down. It came out pretty good. So I just got that in 80 grit, and don't really need primer on that to protect it, just the bare metal area. So just gonna prime that. I don't know, maybe I should put a little paint, primer and paint over that. Now we're gonna mount that scoop in there. So yeah, there was a little Bondo here, and some Bondo around here. You can still see it. Nothing too bad. I started sanding that fiberglass stuff he slopped on there. Yeah. Okay, let me put a little primer and paint on there, and then we'll mount that scoop. I'll be back. Okay guys, I sanded this down with 180. There was a bunch of Bondo right in here. See a little crack. I'm gonna put some Bondo filler, Bondo glass, fiberglass stuff on there. Rest of it, it's ready to prime. Okay, I put a couple of coats of primer and black paint where the scoop goes. I was going to put it on, but I'll wait till tomorrow and let this dry overnight. Mount it on there, bolt it on, and that'll be done. And we'll work on the sanding this rear spoiler like the front scoop, and get it probably just in primer as well. And then same thing, we'll have to sand around these edges here and prime, put a little paint on that, because like I said, I'm not going to be taking these off, painting them separate, mounting them back on. It's just going to be all painted with the car at one time. It's just that you don't, all them little edges are where the paint will peel. If you don't sand it down and prep it real good, you know, they'll flake off and they'll just look like shit. So that's why I'm doing it the way I said. Okay, we're getting there. It's another cloudy day, but it was like 67 or something there today. It's in my t-shirt, but now it's gonna go in the low 50s for the next few days or something. And it's gonna be a little bit more chillier, but gonna be not as cloudy. So if the sun can beat through these clouds, it'll be all right working out here. So anyway, that's the plan for the next day or so, is to get that in primer, slicked out, and be done with that, with the Z28. Turning it into a Z28 transformation. Yeah, I got a bunch of comments about stuff. Oh, paint it this, paint it that, and do this, put a big block and a blower on it. And no guys, this is going to be fixed as cheap as possible. Drivetrain runs. I don't know how great the transmission is, but it moves. We'll take it out on the road at some point and make sure it shifts and everything, but pretty sure it will. But yeah, we just got to work with what we got, because we're not going to be putting no big blocks and blowers and stuff like that, and fancy paint jobs. And you know, anytime you get into the metallics, you know, a bunch of comments, oh, maroon metallic and green metallic, and yeah, it's too much money. It's going to be painted a basic color. Still thinking about the Transformers replica. Seen one guy, I know there's probably a bunch of people that have done it. You know, it's yellow with black stripes, but he did a bunch of fake rust on it, and it looks like it's a piece of shit, but he actually painted it all yellow and black, and it looked great. Then he doled it out, and he used a Scotch-Brite pad and dabbed, I forget what he said there. He didn't show doing it, he was just telling how he did it, and dabbed this brown and black and stuff around the wheel wells, and He actually sprayed some primer. I think it's this quarter here. Sprayed a big thing of primer and then got a thing of Bondo and spread it. I didn't notice that in the movie clips whether it had actual Bondo. I remember the primer spot back here, but he put a big thing of Bondo there, and it just looked like a pile of shit. And he takes it to car shows and stuff, and most people are, when are you going to paint it? If they don't recognize it from the movie or whatever, when are you going to paint it? He goes, it already is painted. So that, not my style. I'm not going to be putting fake rust and Bondo and primer and stuff on it and make it look like a complete beater. So it'll be, if I do it yellow with black stripes, then it'll look nice. It's not going to look like the movie car. Now the thing is with them stripes, you know, you usually put the stripes up like this. Well, we got the scoop in the way. So, and I don't like thin stripes. You could probably put a thin stripe over here, unless you want to go over top the scoop. We'll have to see on that. But there are different two-tone themes that you can do. You know, yellow and then, you know, I don't know, like from here up or something, black, and the rest yellow. There's so many different ways of painting it. But yeah, I do like stripes, but you know, I got stripes on a lot of my cars. But we'll see. We'll see how it might look, stripes with that scoop. And like I said, that's the only scoop I got. I'm not going to buy the scoop, the little square back one that was in the movie car. I'm not going to buy anything because right now we're just going as cheap as possible, and I really haven't spent any money on it. Did the trunk pan and got the spoiler and the scoop off the parts car. Did the trunk pan and put in the gas tank, and you know, just spent little stuff on welding wire and some gas hoses, a couple of feet of gas hoses, and then that's the way I want to keep going with it. Keep it going as cheap as possible, because it'll start getting up there once I figure out where I can get this interior from and what I got to do to it. But yeah, it's looking like it's not going to cost very much. I'm going to keep it that way. So yeah, no big blocks, guys, no fancy metallic paints and all that stuff. But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow and we'll do what I said there and try to finish up the spoilers and scoop. Okay, see you tomorrow. Okay guys, I got everything ready to primer. Just use some of that Bondo glass to fill in little chips and stuff. Oh, I missed a spot right there. And then just kind of scuff this down with 180, well, with the DA right in there. Do the same thing like the hood, just kind of prime it and paint it. Yeah, it rained right after I painted this, so it dulled out, but it don't matter. As long as the bare metal and stuff is covered up so it don't rust underneath there. So yeah, I'm just going to prime this and probably put a little black paint, and I'm using regular car paint, that black that I had left over. No spray cans, the stuff that won't, you can't paint over that spray paint stuff. It'll just all wrinkle up and stuff. There's no hardener in it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm using this, I got a quart of this primer here. It's expensive, Evercoat Feather Fill. It's polyester primer, premium polyester primer. Use this over fiberglass because a lot of primers will react to fiberglass and make it bubble up and stuff, kind of like how all them pieces were. Yeah, all of them, the hood, the scoop, and the rear spoiler. But, you know, I don't know what they used on there, house paint or something, but regular paint will do that too. So we're going to put a couple of coats of this on there, and then probably over top of that, we'll put this is it's a 2-part primer, 2K primer off of eBay. I think it was like 80 bucks or something, which is pretty good. And I really like it. I've only bought, maybe this was the first gallon I bought, but I've used it on a few cars. I think the Nova, and it sands real good and everything. So I think that'll be okay. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm using. And then I'm using some super gloss black here. I think I painted the 77 Chevelle with that. Art's old car. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys. Got the 2 ends in primer. The main spoiler. Just a couple of coats of the Evercoat stuff. And a couple of coats of, well, coat of primer and some black paint on the deck lid here where it's going to bolt on. And then I had some mixed up a little too much black paint, so I had a couple of good coats of primer on this, and then I just put a couple of coats of black on it, and we'll bolt that up. Basically just use this as a guide coat before we paint the whole thing. But yeah, I'm fixing to put that on and bolt that on there and let this black paint dry and bolt on the rear spoiler. I was going to sand all this and paint it black, but I'm not sure. This is the trunk rubber, goes in here. He's got some in there, but it's not the roof rail. I think maybe it might be the trunk rubber. This stuff here, he said it was the door rubber, but I pointed out before, he's got no new door rubber on there. And this is not this. I'm gonna have to get that out later. I think that might be trunk rubber. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's the trunk rubber. I don't know why he said door rubber. Anyway, if that's the same, then I'll just use that. Save that for another car. Not sure what all it's gonna fit. Camaros, but they're just not all the same, guys. All them cars are all different trunk rubbers. Whether it's Nova, Chevelle, Camaro. Okay, let me mess around some more and I'll be back. Okay, guys, there's the scoop. It was wet. Put it on there. I adjusting it around there and peeled some paint and primer off. Same with up here a little bit. But anyway, it's bolted on there. And I got the back all bolted on there. Lined up pretty good. It ain't perfect, but these things are hard to get perfect. But I had to wallow out the holes on this one here, but it's good enough. And that weather stripping that was in the car fit this trunk. I'll probably take it off and make that. I didn't think it was going to be long enough. I thought I would have to put a strip in here, but I stretched it right at the end there to make it. It'll be okay, but I'd rather have a thing right there. Anyway, that just sat in there. I didn't glue it in or nothing, just kind of pushed it in. So yeah, that's it. She's you gotta kind of slam the trunk now because that weather stripping. Yeah, I need to put a little tape on there, keep the water from getting in there. But yeah, that's it. I wanted to do a few more things, but this took a while. It was all okay today. It was only, no, it was about 60 degrees and sunny, so it was pretty nice out. But yesterday it was only 50 degrees. And I think it's going down to like 52 tomorrow, but sunny. So we'll get some more done. But I think for this video, that's it. It's turned into a, I'd like to get the newer flares and stuff on it, but I'll see what I come across. I'll see if I can get a parts car or something and has maybe the front spoiler type stuff on it. But anyway, I think that's all for now. I don't know if they gave a name or something, but somebody sent me this, subscriber sent me this caulk gun there a while back. It's been a while, but been using it for the silicone. I put silicone on all the holes, scoop, spoiler, all around the holes there, so that way if water gets in somewhere, it's not going to leak inside. So that's kind of an important step. Had a few comments about using liquid nails instead of caulking. I know where they got that from. That's from Pole Barn Garage, Dalton, and he uses that. A bunch of videos he's mentioned it, but it doesn't work. He just slops it on there, and I don't know what he does, but never looks at it again. When it dries out after a little while, it cracks. I mean, big old cracks in it, and it just looks like crap. And I've tried it before. I mean, I was like Dalton. I used it a bunch of times, and then I started looking at it, you know, a month later or something, and it's just big old cracks in it, and it's just awful, awful stuff. I still actually got a tube in my toolbox. So use seam sealer or maybe silicone for some areas. But I just ordered a few more tubes of seam sealer. Need seam seal around that edge. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do about these floors yet. Whether I want to buy that, spend 400 bucks on them patches. Because I can't form them right with just a piece of metal off a junk car. I don't have the equipment to put all the bends and stuff in it. And like I said, you gotta do them bends and curves to make the carpet fit, and just to make it look decent underneath. You know, you don't want to make it look like a, well, if it's just a beater, yeah, just Pole Barn Garage, just slap some license plates in there and some self tappers and you're done. But now we don't do anything like that around here. So yeah, I'm still thinking about that. But anyway, I think that'll be it for this video. Was transforming it into a Z28 RS type car. Little extra spoiler and scoop on it, make it look sporty. Okay, well, and Dingleberry here, he's got a deer leg. So I don't know where he's getting these deer parts from. I think, you know, I got just chicken wire type fence all the way around, and I think maybe one of them must have got caught in there and died over there. Because I don't know where he finds them from. Hey, buddy boy, where'd you find that deer from? Huh? Where'd you find that deer from? He was a bad dog yesterday. I put some food in his bowl, and Nikki was over there about to go in, and he snapped at her, just about bit her. Man, I said no, and man, I was mad. I took his food away. I gave him some this morning with Nikki in the pen, but yeah, he was bad. They've ate together out of the same bowl 100 times, but just yesterday he just growled and just snapped at her. You know, of course she's blind, so she don't know when a bite's gonna come, but she'd kill him. I mean, she'd grab him, and if she was mad enough, she would just grab him right by the neck and just kill him. But anyway, Okay, guys. Well, let me know what you think. And we'll just do a couple little jobs at a time. That's how you got to do these cars. Just do pieces of it. Don't rip the whole car apart and leave it. Just do do a little job, finish it, move on to the next little job, finish it, and all that. So yeah, we'll probably come back and fix all these holes and stuff around the windows, prime it, paint it. I got some urethane coming. We'll urethane that back window in there and get that done. And then we got the floors and something about the interior we'll have to do. That's what we'll do. We'll just keep going like that. So yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.